What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Triple C here, back here with another video. Before I get started, I'd like to thank my new subscribers. Thank you for coming by, hitting that subscribe button for your boy. Today's video is it's a trip down memory lane. I would have had 6, and I'll tell you why. But I have 5 fragrances here that I had back in the day, like throughout my middle school, or elementary school, middle school, and high school years. If you're in my age bracket, you could probably figure out my age from this video with some of these fragrances. But it's just a fun video, and see if before I get started, like I said before, I like to thank my subscribers. Thank you for coming by. I really do appreciate it. So let's get started. The first one I have here is a classic, very super popular. I remember back in my high school days, I went through like 2 or 3 bottles of this within 4 years, which is crazy because I was overspraying like it was going out of style. But it's from the house of Giorgio Armani. Of course, it's Acqua Di Gio. With this one, you're gonna just get. This is the EDP version, the newest one. Well, not the newest one, but like the updated version. But to my nose, it's a little more stronger. But if you have the regular Acqua Di Gio, you can't go wrong. But I get lemon, bergamot. It's going to last 6-7 hours. Classic scent. Like it's back in the day, I just bathed in it. Didn't know what I was doing. What pressure points? I stopped when I sneezed. I mean, I oversprayed like crazy. Real classic. When I knew they was gonna have an updated version of this, I was like, yeah, I gotta get it just for nostalgia reasons. Again, it is Acqua Di Gio. It kind of comes. The original kind of comes in a frosted glass. If you're not familiar, classic. The next one, one thing about, before I say the next one thing about all these fragrances, all of them alike. Like back in the 90s, citrus was king, like citrus, except for one. One kind of changed the game, but this one is Issey Miyake. Uzu. I'll list the notes. It's gonna take me a little bit because there's a lot of them in here. But you have yuzu, lemon, bergamot, lemon verbena, mandarin orange, cypress, coriander, sage. The middle notes are blue lactus, nutmeg, lily of the valley, bourbon geranium, saffron, cinnamon, Tahitian vetiver, musk, cedar. The base notes are Tahitian vetiver, musk, cedar, sandalwood, and amber, and tobacco. I said all that. I get the yuzu note and some lemon. Now, back in the day, this thing, I got a small bottle because, I had the big, large bottle, but it's just for, when you want to smell like, back in my middle school days. I think this came out in '94. So if my math is right, I was in middle school. Got it. Couldn't spray it because my mom wouldn't. I couldn't. This was my going to church scent in a sense. But take me down memory lane with this one. Had to overspray it, but this thing was popular. Everybody smelled the same. If you didn't have this, you wasn't popping back in the 90s. Again, that is Issey Miyake, the long name. I'm not even gonna try to say it no more. But it's Issey Miyake. Then the next one I have here. This was my staple in the 7th going into the 8th grade. Like, it was 2 of them that I wore a lot going into my middle school years. This one Smelled it. I recently picked this up. Still smells the same, which is crazy to me after all these years. Excuse me, y'all. It is Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren. With this one, it's a laundry list of notes. You're gonna get top notes of a held eyes, mint, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange, lemon, neroli. The mid notes are seagrass, ginger, jasmine, uranium. Base notes are musk, sandalwood, cedar, gaga wood, and amber. I kind of got it dry down here. It's real light. Kind of, I mean, back in the day, you know, this was kind of like the selling seed type of thing. Great gym scent. I didn't use it for gym scent because, I mean, that was like in the 8th grade. But had a little smaller version. I have the big version. But it was so good. You know, my crushes back in the day, oh, you smell so good. But real good scent. Glad I have it in my collection. It still smells the same after all these years, which is good, you know. And you can still find it for a reasonable price. Like if you were born, I'm an 80s baby, but if you were born like, you know, when you was in middle school in the 90s, this was another one that was, too many people don't really talk about this, but it's slept on a little bit, but staple. I'm glad I got it. And that, again, that is Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren. Now this next one, my high school days, I swear everybody smelled like this. I do. It is Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. Like this cactus note is, I still wear it to this day. I oversprayed this like crazy. This thing projects off me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I would do 12 sprays, just drown myself in this Tommy. And went in Burlington and found this for $20. It took me down memory lane. Like back in the day, you had Tommy and you had your little Tommy Hilfiger polo on. Like my whole high school years smelled like this in my last fragrance. Cactus note, great for the summertime, but once the sun and humidity hit this thing, look out, it will project like crazy. You wouldn't go online, and if you have like a Burlington near you, they're in there. That and Tommy Girl, I smelled Tommy Girl too, and I was just like, takes me back to high school days. But again, this is Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. Now the last one, this one kind of changed the game, if you ask me, back in the 90s, as far as like designer fragrances. Because it was so different. Everything about this was just different. Everything. It is Lamar, the original one. If you can kind of see, this is, believe it or not, y'all, I still have this fragrance from my high school years. It was created in, I want to say, 95. So yes, this is my 95. This is the bottle I bought back in 95, believe it or not. Got it at Macy's, and I was just like, what is that? Like, who has you just didn't see anything. Like, all you saw was like the Acqua Di Gios, you know, citrus. But this, I mean, it's the notes for this one is, I'm gonna list them, but there's 2 of them that you really get. You get the lavender, mint, cardamom, bergamot. The mid is cinnamon, orange blossom. The base is vanilla, tonka, amber, sandalwood, and cedar. With this, you get, from my nose, and if you smell them all, this is the base. Like if you got Ultramall and the up-to-date version of Lamar, it still has the base of this. So you get lavender, mint. I get the tonka and vanilla, and it was blended really well. This was my date night king. back in my younger days, you know, you can kind of see the well, that's a little inappropriate, but you can kind of see I don't got that much, and it's maturated past maturated. It's probably doesn't even smell the same, but I'm keeping it just for nostalgia. Well, that's a trip down memory lane, y'all. In the comment section, what are y'all, if you've been in the fragrance game a while, or, your middle school since, what are y'all? Put them in the comments. I would love to see it. I comment on everything. And to my new subscribers, thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, y'all. Peace.